is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to you with a quick video. I wanted to let you guys know I got some new merchandise available, not just t-shirt anymore. I got different type of t-shirts, different type of shirts and logos that you can purchase on my spread shirt, and also hoodies now. We have expanded and added more to the channel and more merchandise for the brand. Thanks for supporting. It will be in the description and the links will be in the comment section below. Thanks for helping me and supporting the movement. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis. I'm going to check out the video. What's good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to y'all with a video. We're going to talk about Nikola Jokic. This guy has been playing phenomenal, coming off a 37-point game against Portland, a team that was hot, a team that was riding high off a game-winning elimination shot. A lot of hype going into this series because nobody really feels like Denver should be the favorite because they already picked San Antonio. And for Denver to come out after a tough game 7 that could have went either way down the stretch and figured out how to win it. I did pick Denver to beat San Antonio. I said it would be a long series, and I said that they would be able to come out top even if it was a game 7 at Denver. And they was able to do all those things, but I also picked Denver to beat the Portland Trail Blazers. And I do have to give them credit. They're playing at another level. They look beautiful right now, trusting in each other, believing in each other. But one thing I got to say is you got to give a lot of credit to Jokic. Jokic has been able to change his game depending on how the game goes. And that's what the superstars do. If he has to crash the boards, he's crashing the boards. If he has to make sure all the teammates get involved because they're double teaming or trapping him, he's moving the ball. He's playing off the ball, hitting spot up threes, hitting mid-range shot on the ball, posting up when he can. He's hitting shots in all areas, whether it's the free throw line, the three-point line, the mid-range, the post, the mid or high post, even the low post. Jokic is giving anybody that guards him the work. And I told you guys, I just wanted to see can Jokic become that guy that can just take over this team and carry them. Because I feel like Millsap can't do that. I feel like Jamal Murray is just a little bit too streaky when it comes to getting and closing games. They needed that superstar player that can carry them to the next level. They needed that player that you can throw the ball to and get you a bucket or create you a bucket in the fourth quarter. And Nikola Jokic has been able to do that so far for the Denver Nuggets, whether it was against the Spurs when he went for 43 points, or even if it's a game 1 against the Portland Trail Blazers, who are hot and very confident. He was able to get the shots that he want, and he was able to knock them down at a 61% clip. Not only that, he shot 60% from 3, and he made all 12 of his free throws for 100%. He still gave you 9 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 blocks, and 3 steals. So he's giving you maximum effort. And I feel like that's the thing that you really want to see out of Jokic. You want to see him fighting through screens. You want to see him trying to contest and control the paint to the best of his ability. Because we all know that he's limited defensively because of his size, because of his speed and mobility. But I still want to see effort and energy to show that he cares. You can still get blocks and steals if you just take your time or know exactly where you're supposed to be on the court in the defensive scheme. I told you Mike Malone was able to figure out a way to be a decent defensive team and at one point they was in the top 10 of the defensive teams. And he had to figure that out. How can we be a great defensive team with Jokic? And obviously they gave up a lot of points. Even Jokic said they didn't play defense. But I like the effort from Jokic, trying to get steals, trying to guard the post, trying to help out his teammates to the best of his ability. And I have to give him credit. He was able to do that even against the Spurs, a team that's very disciplined, a team that likes to run their offense. They're hard to guard because they have a lot of players that moves. They have a lot of movement, and they always got, clever plays. And they was able to get past them in 7 games. So I think the series against the Spurs really helped Jokic. It helped him realize I have to do more in the playoffs, and I'm willing to do those things to win the games. Because if you the number 2 seed, it comes with expectations. You was number 1 at one point. You fell to number 2. You was able to close the season at number 2. And you was able to get out of the first round, which you struggled. And some people didn't feel like you would. But you was able to get past that. That's a confidence builder. We're good enough to beat anybody. We're good. We can play against anybody. We can compete against anybody. And that's the mentality they should have coming out that Spurs series with two All-Star caliber players and one of the top five greatest coaches ever right behind them, executing and giving them the plays that they need. And they was able to stay focused, stay locked in enough to close out that series. And you have to give them credit. But I love what I'm seeing out of Nikola Jokic. He's getting effort. He's getting energy. He's starting to get that Mamba mentality that nobody can guard him. Nobody can stop him. He can take and make any shot that's available. And he was able to do it in a variety and multiple ways that game against the Blazers. And I want to see how the Blazers are going to come out and try to guard him in game two. Because if he's hitting his three ball, it's nothing you can really do because that's a shot that you want to give him because he hasn't been able to become a 36% three-point shooter for a while. So that's a shot that you want him to take. But if you're going to give him that much space, he's going to be able to set his feet and get a great follow through. And I feel like they have to be able, and I've seen Kinder do it a little bit later in the game. They're going to be able to close a little bit of that space so he can't just shoot a spot up three. Because if you're going to give him 5 to 6 inches, he's going to be able to get a clean look at that basket. You don't want to give Jokic, who is a capable three-point shooter, a look like that consistently. And that's one of the main reasons why he shot the three, because he knew that that was a good shot for him, and he knows he can knock down those shots. So you have to give at least a hand up to make sure that he can't get a comfortable three. And if he does drive, make sure you have somebody in the back of you that's communicating that can help. Because Cantor has never been known as a great defender, especially in the pick and roll. And Jokic hit a lot of isolation shots on him. He seemed like he wanted to, he seemed like he wanted to go at Cantor, and Cantor went at him too, especially on the glass and in the paint. But Jokic was able to have the better all-around game, and he's going to have to continue to do that if he wants to get to the NBA Finals. And I'm just glad that he was able to get that takeover. I'm the best player on the court, which you can actually argue that he is probably the best player on the court outside of Damian Lillard. But the way he played, he matched the intensity and he matched Damian Lillard offensively that game. So he's letting you know that, hey, we're not going out without a fight. And if I got to go out there and carry us, if I got to go out there and take over this quarter, take over this game, that's the mentality that he has had the last 3 months. And I'm glad that Jokic was able to get it. To be able to average 20, 10, and 7 is difficult to do, especially when you're a guy that is at a disadvantage offensively and defensively, but you continue to find a way to get it done night in and night out. So I'm liking what I'm seeing out of Jokic. I'm proud of him. I'm seeing the changes and the evolution of him throughout this season as this team continues to show that they're one of the best teams in the entire NBA like they showed in the regular season. And they did a fantastic job of executing the game plan, going out there, figuring out ways to get quality shots, get comfortable shots, and how to trust and ride Jokic while also allowing him to run the offense the way he has always done. But I like his aggressiveness. I like his attack mindset. If I don't have the pass and I got a quality shot or I can get a shot, I'm willing to take over and take those shots. And he wasn't doing that the first couple years, but now he has that mentality that nobody can stop me, nobody can guard me, and if I want to take over, I can. But I also still know how to keep my teammates involved and trust and believe to get them easy shots that they're going to knock them down. And I feel like he was able to do a balance of that at the end of the San Antonio series and going into this Portland series. There's nothing wrong with getting 30 and 10, guys. There's nothing wrong with getting a triple double. Game 7, he gives you 21, 15, and 10. Game 6, he gives you 43, 12, and 9. In game 1 of Portland, he gives you 37, 9, and 6. So this guy is showing you that he can do whatever he wants to on the basketball court. This guy is showing you that he's one of the best offensive players in the league, whether it's passing, whether it's scoring, or whether it's just going out there and setting screens, dribble handoffs, and creating space for his teammates to get quality shots or even opportunities to get easier shots through him being such a main factor on this team. And that's what we wanted to see. Do they have a guy that can take over a game? Do they have a guy that can carry them? Do they have a guy that they can get quality shots of? It's Nikola Jokic. He's an all NBA player this year. He's an all-star for a reason. And he's a top 3. In my opinion, I had him with James Harden, Giannis, and I had Jokic. Jokic was able to carry them to the number 2 seed. He was one of the most consistent players of this season. Not only that, he was able to elevate and raise his play as the season continued to go on. Injuries continued to happen. He was able to continue to stay consistent, stay dominant, and improve his level of play as the season continued to go on. And I had to give him credit for that, and I'm glad that I'm seeing it turn over in the playoffs. Usually players struggle more, especially because he never advanced before. Matter of fact, he never even made it to the playoffs, and for him to have the type of run that he's having, you have to give him a lot of credit. His numbers for the whole playoffs right now is 25 points, 50% from the field, 37% from three, 90% from the free throw line, 11.8 rebounds, 8.8 assists, 1 block, 1 steals, and only a beautiful 1.8 turnovers a game. He's taking care of the ball. He's dominating his opponents, and he continues to keep his teammates involved. That's an all-around, well-rounded player. Is he a great defender? No, but he's still giving you effort and energy. Can he be the best player on the championship team? We will see, because at the end of the day, people forget this. At the end of the day, and that's why I got to bring it up. He's only 24 years old, and he has improved every single season that he has played, and he has been dominant in the regular season. And so far, when you read those numbers in the postseason, he didn't downgrade, he didn't flop, he didn't embarrass himself. He has been one of the dominant players in this entire playoff run, and he has proven that through the the first series, and he's showing that so far in game 1. I want to see the adjustments they make. I want to see how they're going to cover him, but it looks like Jokic is going to go out there and get and do what he wants throughout the game. Even Greg Popovich couldn't come up with a great defensive scheme to slow him down. So it shows you how well and how great Jokic just really is. And at the end of the day, all I'm saying is you have to give this man his credit. He's an outstanding player. He's an excellent learner. He's an excellent teammate. And he's a guy that feels like I deserve this moment. And matter of fact, I'm about to take this moment. And if they get to the Western Conference Finals, a position that people wouldn't even say they could be able to do going into this season. Nobody expected them to be this good. Nobody expected them to really even get out of the first round. And they've been able to silence all their doubters. And they was able to go into game 1 and have a dominant performance out of Jokic, and was able to get them to the W, a deciding W. They had some space, and they was able to close it out. They wasn't scared. They didn't flop. They didn't give in to the moment. They went out there and played their game. They went out there and did their damn thing, and you had to give them credit and love for that. And that's what I'm doing in this video. Jokic has proven me wrong. He has proven me right. He has proven that he is one of the best players in the entire NBA, and that's why I had him in my top 3 for MVP. And most likely, I still think they can beat the Nuggets and get to the Western Conference Finals. And if they do that, that's a successful season for them, because nobody's going to pick them to beat the Rockets or Golden State in a 7-game series. And they actually just as good as they are when everybody's playing well off the bench and Jokic is playing a dominant game. You have to give them credit for being able to get this far, and they have a chance to beat Portland because they only got 3 more games to do it, and we'll see what happens. Let me know what you guys think about Jokic. Is he a superstar? Is he a star? Is he just an all-star? Or is he really a franchise player and one of the best offensive players in the NBA? And did you think he'd be able to transition into the playoffs, especially going against a coach like Greg Popovich? Did you think he'd struggle? Did you think he playing better than you thought? Do you think he is one of the best dominant players like he's been playing like in the playoffs? Or are you surprised that he is being this dominant so far in the season? Wherever you think, let me know in the comment section below. I read every comment. I respond to the ones that make sense. Thanks for everybody that checks out my videos. Thanks for everybody that likes my videos. Thanks for everybody that likes on Facebook. And thanks for everybody that continues to comment. At the end of the day, thanks for everybody that continues to support the brand and buy the merchandise. I really love it, and I really appreciate it, and I don't take it for granted. At the end of the day, check out my website, analysisplayground.com. Link in the description, comment section below. Check out my Facebook page, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description in the comment section below. And thanks for everybody that likes and checks out those pages, because I really do appreciate it. I also do playoff predictions. I also do discussions. I also cover the trade deadline, buyouts, free agency, NBA draft, summer league, I break down basketball, whether it's players, rookies, or NBA legends, and I also cover fun things like top 10 and discussions, depending on what it's about. I try to make a video every day, so you love basketball and you can't live without it. You should subscribe because I cover everything NBA as much as I can throughout the year, and I haven't missed a day this year. So it just shows you how committed and devoted I am to this craft and how much I really do enjoy and love making these videos. And I appreciate everybody that continues to like, watch, and support this movement. Thanks. And if you're new to the channel, check out my playlist and my channel. If you like those videos, subscribe. And if you like this one, why not check out the older ones? And if you like the older ones on this one, why not subscribe? Quinn Wade, basketball analysis. I'm going to let me know what you guys think about Jokic.